Hey everybody, Notorious here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about climbing lanyards, specifically for tree climbing. So here we have a 11 millimeter diameter blaze rope by Yale cordage. This is a 24 strand, highly static, high visibility rope that I have at a length of probably 15 or 20 feet. Now, on one end, I have a sewn eye. A sewn eye is very important for a lanyard, in my opinion, because not only does it preserve most of the strength of the rope, a splice could also do this. You could use a splice, but if you choose to use a knot instead, what's going to happen is immediately roughly around 50% of the rope strength is going to be compromised. So by having the distributor, which is, in this case, I bought this from West Spur. They're probably the best, in my opinion, as far as arborist equipment and gear. I had them install this CNC sewn eye, so computer operated machines sew this loop together, and that allows for a secure and superior connection point. And I never have to fuss with knots whatsoever, because all I have to do is take my carabiner, slip it through. So speaking of carabiners, I have two carabiners on my lanyard system, and they are both oval carabiners. I am a huge fan of the oval carabiner because of their ability to load hardware symmetrically, and also because they feel good in my hand and are aesthetically pleasing. Now, these particular carabiners are DMM Ultra O's. That is the name for them, and they are triple action carabiners. What I mean by that is it requires 3 distinct motions to open the gate of this carabiner. So I have to push up, I have to twist, and I have to pull back. So next, I have the adjustability section of my lanyard. I have here a pulley with 3 connection ports. It is known as a DMM hitch climber pulley. You can use any pulley of your choosing. It does not have to have 3 attachment points, but in my case, I find this to be very useful. So connected to this pulley is a hitch cord. I have a Sterling RIT hitch cord. It's a 9 millimeter hitch cord that is exceptionally flat and optimizes, surface contact with the rope. I have this hitch cord tied into a calligraphy hitch. If you don't know what a calligraphy hitch is, it is one of my personal hitches that I came up with and developed. And if you want to learn how to tie it, I will put a link in this video showing how to tie this hitch. The way this works is I will have my pulley section connected to either my hip D or usually my lower D. Now, when I climb in the trees, I am typically not spur climbing because I am a recreational climber, and spurs hugely damage the cambium layer of trees. So because I'm climbing without spurs, I do most of my positioning using my lower Ds. And for those who are unaware, these are my hip Ds and these are my lower Ds. And now when I want to secure myself to a portion of the tree, I will take off this carabiner, put it around a limb, and then connect it to the other end. So now I can hang freely, safely, and ergonomically. Let's say that I want to extend the length of this lanyard. Let's say that this limb that I'm going over is much bigger than the one that I just showed. All I have to do is depress the top of this hitch here, and it'll feed out more rope. Now, once I pull it over and connect to the other side, I can also shorten the length of my lanyard by pulling this strand here and using the pulley as mechanical advantage to shorten the length of this lanyard. Now, as soon as I apply my weight to it though, it's going to lock. So you can see that the hitch here is grabbing readily onto the rope. I can feed out more length by depressing the top, or I can pull length out and it'll lock every single time. There are very few things in life for the tree climber that are more reliable than a hitch-based system. So while there are many mechanical options out there, I personally feel that hitch-based systems provide the most consistency and security. Let's take a look at the second adjustability section. So while I can adjust this here, I can also extend the overall length of my lanyard here. What I mean by that is, let's say that I'm going around a huge trunk or a huge tree of some type. What I have here is the lanyard exits all the way to the back here where it's connected to a gear loop, and I have it daisy chained. If you don't know what a daisy chain is, I will also add a link to a video showing how to daisy chain a rope. Now, what I can do if I need more length is simply open this gear loop up, pull this out, and then now open this carabiner and watch. I can extend the length of it. Let's say I'm good here. I can now take this carabiner, lock it in, and then connect it to this gear port here. And so now I can extend this even further and have even more length to work with. Now, let's just say that I want to take some more slack back and I want to stow this away onto my harness. Let me show you how it works from the start. So I can pull this out completely, and now all I have to do is right where my stopper knot is. By the way, this is a stopper knot that I developed. It's called the Gladiator knot. It not only helps to take care of any excess slack that you may not have any use for, but it also serves as a stopper knot to prevent a climber from falling off the end of their line. But back to what I was saying, let's say that I want to take up and stow away the excess slack in this system. So all I do is I take this and I create a bite like that. Then I take another bite and I put it through like this, okay? So this is going to create essentially, I believe, a slip knot. And now, once I've created that bite within a bite, I take another bite and I feed it through the other bite and just basically repeat that until I have consolidated as much of the rope as I need to. And then once I've stowed away or consolidated as much rope as I desire, I'm going to take the bite and then take this other strand here, put them together, and then connect them like that. And there you have it. Now I can stow this at the back end of my harness, and I'm good to go. Now I can continue my climb, and yeah, everything is copacetic. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you appreciated this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I love answering comments, I love responding to comments, and I love answering questions. So thank you so much for watching. Check out my channel for more hitch how-tos, knot tutorials, and climbing videos.